Come on. It says I'm live. So, I hope I am. Welcome, live from the crossroads of America, to talk show about guns, politics, or anything else that crosses our mind. We'll answer questions from the audience, either in the chat or email me at Rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. We are broadcasting on gun channels and YouTube. I have a Patreon page and all that good stuff. It's all listed down below there on YouTube. You know, and what else have I got? What else have I got? Oh, yeah, give me a... Well, I got it written down here. Give me a thumbs up. That all helps me there with the analytics with YouTube. You know, because I'm just a lonely little channel here. They don't even recognize me. You know? So, hey, who we got in the chat? Let's see. We got Midnight Range TM. G-Webs was the first one in this morning, or this afternoon, I should say. Or I think it's still morning for him, isn't it, where he's at? Then we got John Brown Productions are in there too. So howdy doody, guys. Let me introduce my panel. We've got the one and only Patriot. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Rick. Thanks for the invite. Appreciate it.
Then we got the guy from Maryland, Kingpin.
Hey, Rick. How are you, brother?
All right. Then we got the one and only from New York, Blind Shooter.
Hey, Rick. How you doing?
All right. Okay, I've got some topics, but have you guys got any you want to talk about before we go on to mine?
I watched Kingpin last night for the first time. The Spideyverse. Me and my daughter watched it. It was great.
All right. No, okay. Actually, my first item actually on here is actually something that you posted, Patriot.
Uh-oh.
About the ATF and the legal definition of an AR-15 lower.
Yeah,
or should we say the AR-15 lower doesn't meet the definition
of a receiver.
You know? Yeah, I mean, so, because what they're saying is it's got to hold the, how do they word it? It's got to hold the trigger, the bolt carrier, and something else. And the lower is on
the breech end where the barrel attaches.
Yeah.
I believe. It's just interesting, I thought.
Yeah. What I thought was interesting, they dropped the charges on that guy for it sort of like would slide under the radar, you know, or it wouldn't be a big political thing, you know. So what, from what I can figure out, theoretically you shouldn't have to get a background check if you buy an AR-15 lower because it doesn't meet the definition under the law.
Yeah.
But the ATF has been lying to everybody for years now, saying it does.
Yeah, but now are they going to stop doing background checks on people?
No.
Exactly.
No, they're not. You know, it's just it was just an interesting article.
I'm just worried that if that gets out, that they'll go back and change stuff. I know they give people leeway as far as how they can go about charging somebody, so that there is a lot of fuzzy area. But I don't know. That was on. I can't remember who was it. Truth About Guns or something. I can't remember where it was. It just came out, but it is on the main page.
It was the Truth About Guns. Yeah.
So, but there's some links embedded in that article too that you should check out. Talking about the case and whatever.
Yeah. Hang on, just putting it in. That's the link that is on Gun Channel's front page. I just put it into the chat. So
cool.
There we go. So I mean, I find that very interesting. So
And I believe they actually let two different or a couple cases go slip by so
yes.
that it would be noticed. But it's hard for me to think anything goes without being noticed.
Well, I mean, the actual, which I was reading that as what you said there, it was actually a CNN reporter who actually wrote the thing, and he actually got he got the information right, which surprised the shit out of me. You know, so he must have a guilty conscience for all the bullshit they've been putting out for the last few years. You know?
I believe that's one of the links that's in that article too, is to his report or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Yeah. Talking about that, I'm glad that asshole resigned from Fox News. Oh, Shepard Smith. He's an asshole anyway. You know? I never did like him. Normally he came on in the afternoon, I would change channels. You know? He was biased. He claimed he wasn't biased. He was so biased, it was oozing out of him. You know?
Shepard Smith.
Another one that needs to leave that channel is goddamn Wallace. He's another goddamn leaning left liberal.
Yeah, you gotta get used to that though, because once Rupert Murdoch dies, Fox News is gonna look like CNN. Because
absolutely.
His kids are gonna fire Hannity, fire Tucker, fire Ingram.
Oh yeah, fire Judge. What's her name? You know,
Pirro.
Yeah, they're gonna fire all them. Oh yeah,
she got fired already.
I mean, look what look. Donna Brazil. I get why they hired her, because whether you like her or not, she's really likable. You know, she knows how to conduct herself in public and come across all right. But she is absolutely as radical. I mean, she's worse than Juan Williams sometimes.
Oh yeah, I mean, she's the one that handed the questions to Hillary.
Yeah, then she said, "Let's throw our big private units up on the table and see who's bigger."
Yeah, hell yeah. But you're right. It's it's strange. So
isn't that part of it though? I mean, not just as a throwing something out there. I mean, would you want a solid, everybody on the same side? Or
no, but you don't want dog-faced liars.
That
Shepard Smith, Juan Williams, and Donna Brazil are scumbags. Laura Ingram ain't on the top of my list either. Fox News is just like CNN. It's just a big television show. It's not real news. It's not even real coverage. It's just a television show. But some of those people are foul.
24-hour opinion is what it is. It's 24 hours of people giving their opinions. You know? But, yes, I mean, but I think, you got people like Hannity and Laura Ingraham and Tucker. I mean, they lean towards the right. You know they do. But the other ones, they sort of try to keep even. You know?
The problem I have with Sean Hannity is every single night it's breaking news. Here's the thing that's going to break the camel's back. And that's exactly what the other side is saying. So Sean Hannity is a big bag of wind as far as I'm concerned. I like Tucker.
Oh, yeah.
But you can have Sean Hannity.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of it is it's just it's their opinion. They're not journalists. It's not going out finding the story. It's just getting through their filter or whatever. So I mean, I don't know. I stopped watching mainstream news years ago.
Hannity has, for the last 3 years, 3 or 4 years, is the top rated cable show. You know?
Oh yeah. And then think about it though. When Trump did his the North Carolina whatchamacallit, Sean Hannity's time slot, even though Sean Hannity without Trump is still the highest rated show, was the highest rated show, and there was still only a couple million people watching.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
even when Sean Hannity hits 1 million viewers, that's nothing. That is absolutely nothing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 1 million, considering how many people are in the country watching TV. That's not a lot, really. So
I really wonder what the actual numbers are anymore, that people actually sit down and watch TV, as in, cable or
yeah,
whatever. I mean, obviously there's the cable part. I mean, you watch channels or something, but does anybody actually, besides people that are stuck or have a vested interest in watching TV, watch TV anymore? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there because it seems like, I mean, most of the people I talk to, there's a lot of people that are on these streams. When would they have time to watch anything like that? I mean, I guess if it's in the background or something, but it's just like listening to the radio. I mean, the only time I listen to the radio, as far as talk show stuff, is when I'm at the barbershop. I mean, or in the garage. I guess I do sometimes listen to it, but
radio is still the biggest media our country has by far. And just sticking with conservative, Rush Limbaugh gets like 20 million listeners a day.
Yeah.
So, I mean, radio still by far is the biggest medium. But the problem with program television is as technological advances come through and different packages come through, if you don't want to watch Home and Garden, right now you still pay for it. 10 years from now, you're only going to pay for the channels that you want. So Home and Garden is going to go away. The little obscure channels, unless you specifically pick that in your package, they're going to disappear because people are allowed, thanks to the internet, you can watch whatever you want whenever you want, or Netflix, or on demand, or even something as simple as just DVR.
How do you suppose they're going to get that main information out, if there is such a thing, like an attack or a whatever? I mean, I'm sure that they would pay for it.
What's all going over the cell phones now, anyway?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're saying. I mean, like if there was like on TV right now, don't they once a month have to break into your television at certain hours of the day, and they put that beep 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 siren going out? This is a test. If there's an emergency, information would be going across the screen. Yeah, if you're using streaming devices, how would that happen?
It actually does on your phone, though. I mean, they weather things. I'm sure. I mean, the national what is that, defense system or whatever. I mean, that was because of obviously the Cold War and stuff. Is why we had that. But right now, if you're just sleeping or you're walking along and an Amber Alert or there's a kid stolen, there are notifications that break through right on your phone, even if it's at night or whatever. I mean, I guess you could turn those off, but there are still those broad things that are tied in there somehow for a big emergency.
I'm sure they'll still have your local news stations programmed into each package.
Yeah, because you got to know when the schools are closed.
Sure, yeah, and what the weather's going to be.
I mean, the way I look at it, though, like if they're going to break through with stuff, by the time they put it on the news, you're already going to be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just get under your desk and you put your head between your knees and hold up a newspaper. No, you hold up the newspaper and you're fine.
Yeah. Gun loving grandpa's joined us. It's a slow day today by the looks of it. Midnight Range, it says, he's going about Tucker Carlson is fun to watch if you're conservative, but he is a huge asshole. Most time he frustrates the guests with childish shit till they break, then he jumps on them. Yeah. Who is this? We got Squibload in here. How you doing? He jumps in and he's silent. When you jump in, you should be ready.
I think he got kicked back out. His icon turned black and white.
Oh, he hasn't on mine. He's still here on mine. But that's all right. That's all right. But anyway, I said if anybody wants to join in, I put the link to the chat in the chat room there, taking a gamble that we don't get flooded with 100 people in here all trying to talk at once. All right. I got another topic here. Did you see that article during the week where the 12-year-old girl is facing felony charges for using a finger gun?
Yes.
Mind you, what she did wasn't smart, but still, a finger gun, and they're going to charge her, I think, under some terrorist act or, I don't know, violent. Because a friend of hers came up to her or him, and they were having a discussion. They said, if you were going to shoot somebody, or if you're going to shoot 6 people you don't like, who would you do? And she took her finger gun and pointed into all these people in the cafeteria or something.
That's because she used an assault finger. It was an assault finger.
Yeah, so, go on.
I was just going to say, I mean, I passed that article on when I seen it over to Gary because being in Kansas and stuff, but I don't know. I mean, if it's just about the finger, if it's like kids playing on the playground, that's not what that situation was. As far as I read, it's not like they were just playing around, playing, Indians, and everybody's been talking about it like that. It's coupled with that idea that she was picking people that she would kill, which that in itself is, I mean, people say that all the time, but, with kids and whatever. But, I mean, that whole zero tolerance is kind of nuts.
More likely picking kids that in the past have bullied her, more than likely.
Well, how about F, Marry, Kill?
Yeah.
That game was played on television, on radio, at the water cooler, on the baseball field. Everybody in the world's played that game a million times. Now it's a felony.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, you can't do that, but because you can't wear T-shirts either that have stormtroopers on it. Not that many people do that anymore, I guess, but because of it would be the same thing as wearing a Lone Ranger. Of course, he didn't, brandish a pistol or something, but I don't know. It's the times, public schools.
Yeah, but Gun G-Web says that is creepy as hell. That's not just, that's creepy as hell. That's not just making a finger. Yeah, I mean, it makes you wonder what in the hell's happening.
Well, what about the kid that asked that? I mean, did he get in trouble, or did they or them or whatever they are get in trouble for asking who would you kill in this class? I mean, that in itself is kind of I mean, is that the line that was crossed, or was it the one that decided to point her finger? I don't know. I mean,
I don't know. I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? But I've many a time I've done the old finger gun.
There's precedent been set. There's precedent been set on drawing guns. The kid with the Pop-Tart pointing your fingers. This isn't the first time this has happened. This is like the trillionth time this has happened.
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't that guy arrested for pointing at his neighbor or something, threatened him with his finger?
Yeah.
I mean, so it's crazy. It's got to that extreme.
Oh, yeah, I've done that before. I mean, I've even done it jokingly when I worked for the government in the commissary on the base. Walking by, and one of the other managers come by and says something dumb, something sarcastic. I go, "You're a dumbass," and go, with my finger, pretending that I'm shooting him. I could get arrested and fired for that now today.
Yeah, but it's like Kingpin said. It's been going on since God knows how long.
Yeah.
I mean, not that anyone would want to watch it nowadays, but if you pull up the documentary that Michael Moore did, Bowling for Columbine, he did an entire segment of one kid got in trouble for pointing a breaded chicken finger at someone pretending it was a gun.
Yeah. But it's a crazy, crazy world now.
And by the way, he was not from Flint. That's a lie. He's from a suburb of Flint. and his parents were rich, so he's a jackwagon.
Yeah.
But
As G-Web says, we all have made a finger gun. But was that really illegal manufacturing? As Patriot mentioned, our finger guns include the trigger breech and bolt. We're all criminals.
And the trigger assembly. It does.
Yeah.
Well, see, Midnight Range is safe. He's got the tiny hands, so he never has to get worried about being charged with a high capacity finger gun.
But see, if you use two hands and use a pump shotgun, now is that the same? Because it's separate. Because normally you don't use a finger on that one.
Those are just the finger fuds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doing the shotgun's okay, you know. So, also, did you moving along here with some of my topics? Did you see the article with a knife attack in the UK?
Yep.
In Manchester. So, I mean, that's the second time, and I think they're saying it was terrorist. Last I heard, it was a terrorist guy who done it. But that's the second time that's happened in Manchester. If you remember, there was that bombing at that girl singer's concert a couple of years ago. 22 died in that one. Same town.
Was that the one that was at the police station? The guy walked in and started stabbing him?
Not the one not this latest one in Manchester. It was in a shop. It was in a shopping mall. A gun and knife free zone. So, I think though, if I was still living in England, I couldn't have a gun, and theoretically they say I can't have a knife, I would have to carry something. You know what I'm saying? I really would. I don't know what, but I would have to figure out what I would carry.
That kind of brings up something as well. There is, I don't know, I haven't seen him lately, but there was a guy I was talking to in Florida, Patriot Canes, and he actually makes defensive canes that are like, they're aluminum, but the ends are weighted.
Yeah.
They're just walking canes, because I had called and talked to him because I wanted to see if he, make long canes, blind style, more defensive handle than the other end, because obviously swinging something weighted to pain in the neck. But those canes could possibly be I don't know. Anyways, he does them.
What I want is one of those police things that.
Oh, Billy Club.
But they're telescopic. You can carry it up your sleeve and your shirt, and when you need it, you can just flip it out and beat somebody on the head with it.
Oh, the asp.
Taxi driver with the little drawer slide on there.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. I tell you, she's not here today, but on Wednesday, that lady from the Netherlands that comes in here.
Sabrina? Yes.
Yeah, it's just as bad over there. It's not. Oh, did you see that report? That new report that came out, that's as it's described, there's 5 classes of gun owners.
Yeah, out of California.
Yeah, and it was only done with 427 people.
Yeah, in California.
Yeah. And the 9% is the one that's causing all the problems.
Yeah, it's nuts. I do have a question about that, as far as how here we hear the media talking, and it's all this violence, and it's just crazy. Is that the same thing that we're getting from the Netherlands and Europe? I mean, obviously, big things that we do hear about that were bad, but is it really that bad, or is it worse and they're just hiding stuff? Because if you watch the news here, I mean, it's everywhere. I mean, geez, from drug dens to
it's the same over there. I mean, if you're living out in the country in England, it's just like here. It's not. You're not living in a war zone. I mean, really, when you think about it, living here in the United States is compared to some third world countries, this is a safe country to live in.
Yeah, this is the safest it's ever been.
Most of Europe is a safe place to live. You know?
It just has the bad neighborhoods. I mean,
what?
Bad areas. I mean, we always have some kind of bad area, but
man, like where the knife stabbing was, they might not like me to say it, but Manchester isn't the classiest city in England. You know what I'm saying? It's in the industrial north, coal mines and all that kind of area. You know, I mean, you got so they do have some poverty up there. So I'm not, you know, how can I? I'm trying not to sound. What's the word I'm looking for?
Bias.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to sound like I'm better than they are. But normally, when you live in a bad neighborhood, that's where most of the crime's at.
Mm-hmm.
You know, is it because of the situation they're in, or I don't know. But if I said before, like anything, if you're living in a area that's crime infested, and your family is involved in crime, it's a good chance you are going to be involved in crime, and it's just a vicious cycle through life. You know.
Well, there's some of the issues over there with like Germany with the people that are flooding in and not, you know.
Oh yeah,
what is that? What's the word with the A there? Assembling, not assembling, but yeah, when you mix everything together. Words are hard for me today. So
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Though.
They're not, yeah, you know. They're not mixing in.
I mean, Germany has a lot of not immigrants. That's not the word. Does have a lot of people flooding in there because they practically opened their borders to anybody who wanted to walk in there.
Assimilation.
Assimilate, yeah. That Borg thing. Sorry.
You know.
But even some of the like Scandinavian countries, aren't they having the same issue? I mean, they're pretty.
They are now.
You know, where there's areas that the police won't even go into. I mean, that's.
Well,
you don't see that around here. Yeah.
Is there parts of New York City police won't go into?
Not really. I mean, if shit goes down, then yeah, they'll respond to it. But there are areas where it's like, okay, we just don't bother with it.
Yeah, that's more like the same thing over there, you know.
The only place that we have in the United States that are no-goes are Muslim areas.
Yes.
You can't be afraid to say it. You have to call it out for what it is. And they're not going in there because they're afraid of pushback from the community. Those cops are brave. Those cops are well equipped. If they need to go in there and crack skulls, they can do that with no problem. They don't go into Muslim communities because they can't handle the political and media pressure afterwards. It's all based on race.
I know there's areas in between me and Squib are like that.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if he's in here or not. I mean, I've got a picture of him and everything sitting here in this room. I don't know if he's here or not. You know, or he just hasn't.
It's hard to talk over Patriot, you know.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I see him come in, so I have to start talking more.
Yeah.
Okay,
so you got any input in this, Squib?
What about Europe?
Well, yeah, Europe and is it? I think Europe is living there so long. It's no worse or no better than here. You know, you don't fear walking down the street. You don't fear walking down the street, do you?
No, I've never feared walking down the street. I can tell you this. When I was in Europe, it was nice having a Marine Expeditionary Force setting in the harbor because I knew that we stuck out in a crowd and terrorists might. This is before Europe had all the people that came over from the Middle East, but there's still always a risk that there might be a terrorist to go, well, there's a couple American servicemen, let's take them out. But really, I don't, because they're our allies, they're not going to invade, France or whatever, because a couple Marines ended up missing. The State Department would handle that stuff. I mean, overall in Europe, look, the people that live there live the way they live because that's the way they grew up, and that's the choice that's what they want. They're used to that. And for us, it's a foreign idea to live the way they live because we didn't grow up that way. They're used to being subjects. They're used to the biggest bully running the place, and they're used to small cars and bad traffic and living in crowded areas and not being free.
And we're all bad cowboys. Over
See,
here.
yeah, but they don't know any different. So to them, that's freedom.
Yeah, but nowadays with the internet and everything else,
they do know different, and to them, it's not freedom. They enjoy having the government boots on their head because America has been around for 243 years. Everybody knows what freedom looks like or could potentially look like. Just look at all they got to do is turn the TV on and pick up a newspaper or look in their own backyard and see how wonderful their life is because the United States is a thing. So they choose to live that way because they still believe that the government knows best.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't, and not only that is all they see of us is cop shows and so all they think is the big cities are full of those cop shows. That's what life is really like. Or if you're out in the West, they're all cowboys still.
Well, yeah, because we have the best entertainment on the world. That's why everybody in China wants to watch American movies. That's why everybody in Sudan, Africa wants to listen to American music or watch American movies because we've got the best entertainment in the world. Why? Because we're a free people and we can offend somebody with the movie that we make.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with you there.
What do you disagree with?
A good example, take England, for instance, right? In the daily newspaper, it's called The Sun. For the last 40 years, they have what they call it the page 3 model. Every day is a different girl, topless, right? A color photo, in the British everyday newspaper. That wouldn't be that wouldn't be allowed over here.
Right.
Are
And
you
then
sure about
you
that?
see what's happening here is over the years where everybody has said that nothing's wrong, you can't you can't tell them that's wrong. That's all fine. That's all wrong. You don't need a man in the house. You don't need a good mother figure. You don't need this or you don't need that. Look at the kind of society we have now. It's gone down and down and down and down. When you don't have decency stuff just like that, that's the reason we don't allow naked women on newspapers around here. Not because we're prudes, it's because we know not everybody wants to see that, and not everything is proper for public consumption. That's why we don't have naked women on the front page of the newspaper over here.
But to me, I found nothing wrong with it.
Sure, there isn't anything wrong with it, but that's the thing. What else isn't there going to be anything wrong with? Right now, we got transgenders teaching elementary school kids in public libraries, doing twerking in front of children, 5 and 6-year-old children, and you can't say anything about it because nothing's wrong with that. Just like there's nothing wrong with putting a naked woman on the front page of the newspaper.
No, I don't agree with the transgender thing. I really don't. I don't agree with what's happening in this country today. It's not the America that I remember, that I was brought up with. It definitely isn't what
the things that are happening in this country came over here from Europe.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. some of the ideas came over to this country after World War II, and they got more and more proliferated. We're our own country. We should do what we want, what the people here want. The outside influences, they have their purpose. We're a melting pot, but there's a certain point where everybody goes, let's do what they're doing over there. Don't you see? They're better. They're more civilized. They've been around longer than us. They're a first world country too, but they're not America. So when it crosses that line where it's like, this isn't more efficient, this isn't more affordable, this doesn't work in our culture, this doesn't work in our environment, in our geography, you can't bring that, and we're constantly get compared to those countries, and everybody looks to them as this bastion of all this knowledge and culture and all that, and it's really not. Do you really want to be like the country that, wanted to, take your pick at whatever atrocity? And if you say, oh, but they're all good and benign. Oh, no, they've never been colonial like us. They've never been imperial like us. Every country has a past. And it seems to be that people don't remember those past for those countries. They only want to remember our past and erase our past. There's good and bad with everything, but we're America. Let's just do it our way. I'm not saying there's alcohol from Europe that's pretty good. There's guns from Europe that's pretty good. There's ammunition from Europe that's pretty good. And some history and culture from Europe I kind of like. But it's I don't want to just reach my arms around it and adopt it and embrace it and go, yes, we need to be like them. We're our own country. If we want to bring a foreign car over here and sell it, or if we want to bring foreign food over here and eat it, we have that luxury here. But over there, they're them and we're us. We can still be a global economy. We can still be allies. We can still this, that, and the other. But adopting the European standards, hell, look at these damn roundabouts. Who the hell can drive on those things? That says it all.
Squib for president 2020.
Hey, roundabouts, I think, are great. I love them.
And I like October.
Rick, some days I just wish you'd just go back over there.
Now, see, John Brown Production says, nothing wrong with pot either. What's next? Nothing wrong with heroin?
And they're already saying that. They want to legalize mushrooms. They want to legalize. San Francisco already has basically open carry needles. You got shooting galleries that you can go to, and that's not worked out. And where did they get that from? Amsterdam. Because Amsterdam set up shooting galleries so people wouldn't die in the streets. They die in a building instead. And now San Francisco's got it, and it's not working the same way it does in Amsterdam. And it doesn't work in Amsterdam either. And the only reason that Amsterdam and Europe and all those other places can sit around at the cafe at 3 p.m. with a bottle of wine is because of America. If it wasn't for America and our principles, our Constitution, our founding, all those European countries would be speaking German right now, or Russian, or Chinese, or Arabic. They would not be doing whatever they're doing, sitting over there talking trash about how much they hate us, because they only exist because we do.
Yeah. Oh, Georgia Trucker said, naked women in the paper will cause women to want men in the paper. And I'll be damned if I want to see Patriot on the front page.
Yeah, not even Patriot wants to see Patriot on the front page.
Yeah, but you're right.
I've been on in the newspaper, but that's different.
Europe owes a lot to this country for helping them win the war, because I don't think they would have done it. Yes, England was holding their own. The Battle of Britain, they held them. They held the Germans, but
because we loaned them stuff.
But the Germans, instead, if they had gone ahead and tried to invade England, they might have succeeded. But they decided to go after Russia instead. I believe that's what I think that's the country they went after. They sort of stopped on the border, of France and stuff, coming over the channel, and turned around and went after somebody else. If they had kept on,
No, they didn't turn around. They foolishly opened a war on two fronts at the same time when they did not have the resources to fight a war on two fronts at the same time. And then their best ally, Japan, attacked us without telling them that they were going to attack us. Had the Japanese told the Germans, they kept it a secret from everybody. If had the Japanese told the Germans they were going to attack us when they did, they might not have even invaded Russia, because at that point they knew that they had to back their ally, and now America. They didn't want America in the war. Nobody wanted America in the war except England.
Except Hitler did
I tell you
declare
what,
war, so that was
G-Web just brought up a good
Yeah,
point.
because he had to, because he signed an agreement
No,
with
he
Japan.
Well,
he
hold
didn't
on.
have to call them out.
They'd say the
He
French
declared war after Japan attacked us. He
Yes.
didn't really have much of a choice.
Yep. And he also had a pact with Russia.
Yeah, and he broke it because he planned to invade Russia from the get-go. The pact was just to buy time.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's still a dumbass.
But G-Web's made a good point in the chat here. He said, if Europe owes us for World War II, don't we owe Europe for the Revolutionary War? Because they helped the French helped us.
Yeah, but they turned their backs on us as soon as they wrote their constitution, whatever, after their revolution, and they gave all the
Who
power right
inspired
back
their
to the.
revolution?
They gave all their power right back to the government.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. True. You're right there. But, I mean, this is getting way off topic what we're starting about, but that's okay. I don't mind.
So who
Topic
does San
Saturday.
Francisco have to thank for pooping in the streets, though?
Yeah. This all started over a 12-year-old girl and her finger gun. We got into what the world owes us.
How great would it have been if that 12-year-old girl was Greta Thunberg?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, did you see Hanoi Jane got arrested because that girl inspired her?
Yeah, she said she's going to get arrested 5 days in a row or something like that.
Yeah. He's 81 years old. Get over it. You had your 15 minutes back in the 70s or 60s, whenever it was. You know? And you're a traitor to this country anyway.
I will suggest everybody try to check out little AOC. She has came back off her little hiatus since Gretchen came out.
Yeah.
Excuse me. She's kind of funny, but it's the same thing as kids, so whatever.
Oh, yeah. I got another topic here. Did you read that? The El Paso Walmart shooter has pleaded not guilty to his crimes, and they don't know why. Some people, now this is all opinion, is what some reporter said they feel that he's done that because this to give him a chance. He's hoping to go either two ways. He wants the death penalty, so he wants the state to kill him, or he have a chance to go on the stand and plead his manifesto while he's up there. You know? So that's what they were saying. Oh, Patrick says the entire world is in debt to the U.S. forever for saving the world twice.
Also, you got to figure out how many countries we rebuilt after World War II.
Oh, yeah.
I'll say the first time we saved the world is when the Constitution was ratified. That before anything else, the Constitution saved the entire planet.
But Kingpin, that's back when we defeated the evil empire.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. It laid down the foundation for freedom across this
We
planet.
defeated the evil empire.
But really, you think about it, that was the start of the end of the British Empire. You know? I mean, it took a little longer after that, but each country started wanting their independence from England.
That was
And each country either broke away or waited for the English to leave.
Yeah.
that was the start of the foundation of freedom and democracy. where every country could say, I'm tired of this, whether it be from Britain, whether it be from this one or that one, what's going on in Hong Kong right now, what's going to happen 50 years from now in Saudi Arabia, who knows?
Kingpin, you've been in Maryland too long. This country is not a democracy.
Don't give
This
don't
is a
give me a
republic.
hard time about that bullshit. I know that. Don't give me a hard time about that.
But see,
I'm
I'm going
Well,
to.
I'm gonna jump right back in your face because you know better. You know what I'm talking about.
I know, but I love to give you help.
I know. That's why I was giving it back. Good stuff, man. I'm just kidding around.
every country that was inspired by us had the same opportunity we did to set up a balance of power in their country and to set up laws that were just and fair and would stand the test of time. Some adopted some of our laws, some of our rules, some of our ways, and other countries chose not to. Some countries broke away from their imperial, that France, England, Germany, whatever it was, and just went right back to it. And for us to adopt some of these European standards and European ways, all we would be doing is going right back to what we were before the revolution and everything else. All the things we did up to this point have no meaning, no purpose. If we go, we should just go back to doing things the way they do it in Europe.
That's what they're trying to do. That's what they're trying to do now.
I say if you don't love this country, go live over there.
Oh yeah, but that would get you in trouble. Look, they got all mad at Trump for saying that.
You can't say that in New York now either.
I know you can't. It's a law now, isn't it, in New York, that you can't say that?
Yeah, here in New York, they made it illegal to tell someone to go back to their country or for you to threaten immigration on them.
But isn't that
infringing on freedom of speech?
First Amendment?
Yes, it is. But this is what happens when you allow Democrats to control your fucking state. My apologies for cursing on your show.
Yeah. That's right. Hey, show me a city in decay. I'll show you a city that's been run by Democrats for years and years and years.
Well, it's like we had a mass shooting here today. I bet none of you have heard about it yet.
Nope. Did you?
Yeah, we got a 7-shot, 4 dead. Happened right across the street from the precinct.
Oh, in the illegal gambling joint?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw something about it. I didn't read all the details. I figured it was gang related or criminal related because it was an illegal casino or something.
Well, it said it was an illegal casino, and they found 2 guns. One of them happened to be a .38 snub nose that they think belonged to a cop that shot back, but they're not giving us any information on it.
What was the cop doing in there?
Exactly, right across from the precinct.
Well, there you go. That explains a lot, don't it? They knew it was going on, and they just let it go. They were already getting a cut. They were only on the take. So
I'm not going to say it, but
yeah. But why didn't somebody challenge that law in New York? Mind you say that. It's all right to say that's illegal, it's unconstitutional, but if you got the tens of thousands of dollars in your bank account to fight it in court, that's the problem.
I've got $10 in my bank account, if that makes help.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, like all these things, 17 states and D.C. now have red flag laws. But I haven't seen anybody take it to court saying it's unconstitutional. The only way these things get taken to court is if one of these big, like the Second Amendment Foundation or Guns of America, or one of these big organizations pick it up and help cover the cost of it. Otherwise, the regular Joe like me and you, we can't afford to take them to court.
Well, we could take him to court if Patriot bothered to open up his wallet and give us some cash.
I know last time he opened it up, moths came out of it. It'd been closed for so long.
We got 17 states with constitutional carry, too.
Yeah. Oh, and you see that. In
Oklahoma,
that one senator or congressman for the state is filed a suit to stop it.
You didn't hear Gary's chat last night. Gunsnob gave us a little bit more insight. Apparently, the Attorney General is really pissed off at that representative because apparently it sounded like the Attorney General of the state of Oklahoma wanted that law to go through.
Oh, they do. I think Stu might. I mean, but they've also backtracked it. They couldn't figure out how in the hell he could afford to do this. Turns out he's in cahoots with what's it, the Mothers for Gun Safety or whatever it's called?
Moms Demand Action.
Yes.
Moms Denied Action.
We know who's backing them.
Yeah. Some New Yorker who doesn't even live in the damn state.
Yeah. That's where the money's coming from. You know? Patrick says New York Police Department cops on the take. No way. Fake news.
I cannot confirm or deny any of those allegations because they are currently holding my permits hostage.
Yeah. I mean, actually, talking about that, I liked the Supreme. I mean, the Supreme Court didn't give them their thing on that it's mute now, but they didn't say it wasn't either.
Yeah, we're giving them one last chance to get their shit together.
Yeah, well, I mean, basically, they're going to talk about it in the oral arguments. I guess that's what they want to hear, the oral arguments. And if it sounds like New York got a thing, then they could say, "Yeah, this is mute," But I don't think it's going to be.
I don't think so either. It looks like the Supreme Court's actually going to take our side on this one, surprisingly.
Yeah. But problem is they don't want. They need to make sure if they do come down in favor of the New York Rifle and Pistol Association, they need to make sure it's not narrow. They need to make sure it's a broad statement, which means it will cover the whole United States.
And I think that's what the courts are doing because the courts don't want to do a quick ruling on this and say, "Hey, no, you can't do that. You have to." You can't have a law like that, or the court has to go and say you can't change the law arbitrarily once you get into a lawsuit and then change it back after the lawsuit is over because that's not how it works with laws. Laws have to be voted on and ratified.
Yeah, is Patriot in chat saying he can't hear us? Can you hear us now, Patriot? Or have we lost you again? We've lost him again.
He may be having connectivity issues.
Yeah, and a lot of people are today. I don't know why.
It took me like 5 tries to get in here.
Well, the man who invented this is sitting right here.
Your guess is good as mine. I think I might have to update the server after we're done having this conversation.
Okay. Yeah,
that's probably what it is.
Yeah, there seems to be some problems with it today. Also, what it did, I mean, I don't know if it was my internet, connection. Because everybody knows my broadband is terrible. But I was sitting here, and I was web surfing, so nothing went out on mine. But all of a sudden, I hit where it says you hit that thing and it goes, live stream is on. Right? I had done that. Then about 15 minutes later, it goes, live stream is on. Like it shut itself down and restarted. I don't know.
It may just be that, we're having connectivity issues today.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe
let you know. So we lost Patriot in the dark. So he was G-Webs told him to take his fingers out of his ears because he couldn't hear. But he said, but then what was it? You said, Kingpin, if your fingers are in your ears, make sure they're not loaded. Oh, there we go. That's terrible. Oh, I know what I haven't done. The quiz. All right. Now, I've had 4 entries. That's it. You guys have had a whole week.
I'll save you the time, Rick. And the winner is unknown user. Thanks for watching.
No, the winner's Nice Strike.
Well, you're entered. You know? All right, let me...
I'm kidding, by the way.
Yeah. What the hell? Sorry, I was just reading an email that threw me. I'll have to go back and check that after I'm off there. That it was my internet bill. And the price they're charging me is can't believe it. Oh, okay. Actually, unknown user didn't enter this contest.
What?
No, he didn't enter it.
That's
If he did, I must have deleted it because I don't have him down. You know. Well, anyway, the question was: the National Police and the Gendarmerie Nationale Police Force in France, they have two agencies. In 2003, both agencies made the biggest small arms contract since the Second World War for about 250,000 firearms, handguns.
Okay.
And what was is a Sig Sauer Pro SP 2022, a custom tailored variant of the Sig Pro. You know, and what's called it? That's why it's called. Why they called it the 2022 is because that is when they planned to change weapons again in 2022. Just a little bit of trivia there for you. So, all right. So I said my 4 entries. So these people got a good chance of winning that package. Did I show you guys what it was?
No, you didn't.
Okay.
Show us what the prize is.
The prize is, hang on. I got all these different stickers. The best sticker in here is mine.
Oh yeah.
I've got an American flag patch. Ooh. And I believe is that a Ruger patch?
No.
Whatever patch it is, that's what you're getting. So,
show it again.
I know my camera's not very good.
Well, you're not in front of your camera. Move your hand to your left.
My left or your left?
To your left. To your left.
I'm moving it left.
That's a Phoenix ammunition patch.
Okay. So that's what that is. And a wristband saying #pro gun as fuck.
All right.
So that's the prize. There's two patches and the wristband. So we got the answer. Now these 4 people see who's going to win it. All right. Where's my random picker thing? Here it is. All right. Night Strike is the winner.
No. Give it to the next person.
You want me to draw again?
Yeah, draw again. I just wanted to know if I had the right answer or not. That was it.
I think this guy won it last week. John Brown Productions is the winner then. That's the second picking on the name. So there we go. John Brown Productions wins again. Hey, these guys are going to keep winning if nobody else enters. You know?
Yeah, I just enter for the fun of it. I don't really want the prize or anything. Not because I'd rather you give it to somebody that doesn't hardly win.
Yeah.
But I just enter for the fun because
normally it's the same usual suspects that enter week in, week out. Yeah. It's not rigged. It's just that nobody else enters but except for these guys.
I just want to participate. That's my whole thing.
Well, okay, we've done it. James Brown Productions is the winner. Okay, for this week, I got a bunch of patches here. all different sizes and shit. Whole bunch. Even threw in some why, but they were given to me. I even got some guitar picks here that I'm throwing in. I got a whole bag of them, so I throw them in too. But the main prize for this coming week is, I'm only giving one away because it's so valuable, is a Patriot in the Dark patch. Not sticker, patch. These are, when you have one of these, you're somebody. So just, so whoever wins that, you join an elite crowd. So
I'm still getting out of mind.
So the question is, in the last Patriot in the Dark video, what make and model of firearm was used for the backdrop?
Ooh.
So in the last Patriot in the Dark video, what make and model of firearm was used for his backdrop? Email me at Rickslifeasiseeit at gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. Get it to me by noon Eastern time next Saturday. So,
But now Patriot puts out so many videos. Which one is he talking about?
what is last video? That's all I'm saying is last video. No, that is the thing for this week's prize. The Patriot in the Dark patch. You can beat somebody. Have one of those. All right, moving on. Anybody got anything else? I think we went through all my topics. Oh, no, we've got one more. But everybody already knows about it, is good old Governor Newsom in California signed 15 more anti-gun related bills, extended the red flag laws for, family members, co-workers, employers can now do a thing on a red flag. Not only that is they've done it where there's no waiting time. The warrant will be issued right away, right then and there. Plus, most other states who are using red flag laws, normally what happens is that law can be kept for up to 1 year, and California has extended it that it can be kept up for 5 years.
You've got mail.
So, just want to throw that out there. Anybody hear? Did you guys hear that? So, I don't know. And Newsom says they've got the best gun control measures in the state. We are the leader in gun control and gun safety in the whole United States. That's what he's claiming. Yeah, I tell you, he's a loony. He really is. Yeah, but hey, wasn't he married to Donald Trump Jr.'s new girlfriend he has now? I think he still has her. She used to be a commentator on
Kimberly Guilfoyle.
Yeah. Wasn't she married to him?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Yeah, so so I don't know. But I did hear that California Rifle Association or whatever filed a lawsuit as soon as he signed them, suing them over the red flag, saying it's not only them, but the the American Civil Liberties Union or whatever has also filed suit saying that that's violating civil liberties. So hopefully that might help.
Let's hope it holds up.
Yes. So that's about all I have, guys. Anything else happening that you want to talk about? Or we can wind this up.
You mean
Don't forget, G Webs has got the almanac going. You can check out his Indiegogo on that. 2A rally in DC, November 2nd, 2019.
Yes, you're right. And I don't know if G Webbs is doing his Minute Man thing this afternoon, but sometimes he does. Oh, I don't know what else is on later on, but you know how that goes. Sometimes you even do one, don't you, Kingpin, on a Saturday? When the
Yeah,
mood strikes you?
every once in a while, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So, I tell you, my what you call it? I got my bullets for my 380 for reloading, and I got lead defense penetrators. Is that what they're called? Yeah. Extreme defense bullets. Yeah. That's what I'm going to use. I'm going to make my own self-defense bullets. I got the dies. I just got to get... I've only got maybe 50 brass. That's from what I've been shooting myself and picking up my own brass. I got to buy some more brass to get me started. And
If I had known that you needed brass, I would have sent you brass.
Well, that's all right. You know, also what I got to go buy the powder. I'm going to change powders too. You know.
You have any idea what you want to run through?
Yes. And I've written it down. I can't remember where I wrote it down at. It's a. Well, I will let you know. I got it written down somewhere. But it's one that can. I was looking for a powder that I could use in 45 ACP, my 380, 38 special, 9mm. A powder that would work in all four, and I found Tony and myself. We were looking the other morning when we found one.
Okay, yeah. Sometimes that's a good thing. I like to be able to use them in different calibers, but some of the reload information, it's real. I don't want to say it's too proprietary. It just seems like they kind of favor one or the other, so you don't get that variety. And other reload books have got a lot more choice in there.
Yeah,
I'm doing 44 Magnum right now.
what are you using for your powder?
I'm going to use 2400, Alliant 2400. I'm resizing and depriming and checking the case overall length. I've got some stretch cases here, which doesn't make any sense. You typically don't get that with a straight wall cartridge like this, but
I found my list. What I was going to use. Here it is. It's Hodgson's HODGDON CFE pistol powder.
okay, yeah. Let's see. CFE black, CFE 22, CFE pistol. Yeah, I got it right here. Yep. So it covers all those, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so I gotta buy some of that. I said then I can start reloading my 380s. We'll make my defense ammo. Patrick says Rick is using cop killers for his new carry ammo. So that give me something to do. Yeah, it rained all day, so I'm hoping it softened up the ground. I'm having a hard time because I use shepherd's hooks that have 3 points on them at the bottom to stick into the ground where I go shooting at. It's so hard. It's almost like concrete. You can't get them in there. I bang them in with a hammer, but I can only get them about halfway down. And you shoot a damn thing about 4 times and the whole thing falls over and I have to go do it again. So I need the ground to soften up. You know? So there we go. So I'm going to wind this up. because I think it's only me and you in here that do reloading. So nobody else wants to talk about it.
Everybody else will fall asleep.
Yeah. So, Night's right. Any plugs or shout outs?
No, nothing tonight.
All right. What about you, Squid?
If you haven't got into reloading, you might want to look into it. It's time consuming and it's expensive in the beginning, but it's rewarding in the long run. Plus, you can be one of the cool kids like Rick and I.
That's right. But then again, I mean, I got my setup here behind me. I just got a Lee turret press. I even got the stand that Lee makes. You know, the 3-legged stand that it all sits on. I think I got into this for, I think it was just over $300. You know, but so the expense is a lot at first, but as he said, in the long run, and I don't do it to save money, but I imagine in the long run I do it because I find it therapeutic. Is that the word I'm looking for? Sitting here and making ammo.
Yeah, sometimes it's relaxing. I absolutely recommend you set yourself in a place and a time where you do not have any distractions or potential for distractions. If you're going to get called away from the reload bench every 5 seconds, because your kids only want your attention when you're doing something, any other time they don't do reloading at that time, or wait until the situation changes to get into it, because you do this kind of assembly line process. You do so much of one step, so much of another. So, and if you walk away halfway through and you come back and you miss something, you could end up screwing something up. And some people are afraid to do this because they're like, oh, it's going to blow up. It's going to explode. It's not to say that you couldn't have something where you double charged a case and something explodes in your gun or something like that. But overall, it's fairly safe. It's about as safe as putting gas in your car. If you're afraid to put gas in your car because you think you're going to catch fire or blow up, then yeah, you're probably of the mindset that reloading maybe isn't for you. But overall, it's fairly safe. So don't let that intimidate you.
Absolutely.
Just take it slow. Make sure you have time. Make sure you have extra equipment. As you go along, you'll start buying 2 of this and whatever it is, different styles of whatever tool it is. And just make sure you don't have any distractions, because that could really screw things up.
Yeah, you're right. G-Web's recommended for me to stick my things in the ground is stand straight, point my gun straight down and shoot it. Make my 3 holes that way. Shoot straight into the dirt. So, well, if it will penetrate into gel into 12 inches or so, how far will it penetrate down into the ground?
Not very far at all. Dirt is one of the best things to stop a bullet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because a lot of times that's what shooting ranges you make their berms out of is dirt. Outdoor shooting ranges I'm talking about. Plumpy E says if you're going for quality and accuracy, reloading is the way to go. Yeah. Especially if you're. I mean, I don't do rifles yet. I'm just doing pistol reloading at the moment.
I'm making reloads right now to go to the range to sight in my rifle, and it's because I've got so much leftover stuff from the past 2 years. I can make it cheaper than I can buy it. I can buy it faster than I can make it, though. Then after that, I'll start making my reloads will be for hunting. I actually have a load that I used last year, and I want to use that with a different bullet this year. And that's one of the things is you can find something that you like that nobody sells, and you can make it.
Yep. So anyway, the last person I think he's already done his shout outs is Kingpin. Any more? Besides the Alderman Mac? Have you got the link for that? Or have you got it, G-Webs? You can put in the chat?
Yeah, if
You know?
G-Web was out there, I'm sure he's got the link. But no, just thanks for having me, Rick.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate you all being here. I'm just G-Webs is in the chat, so I'm hoping he's got the link handy. He can put in there for his Oli Mac, however you pronounce it. You know, so I gotta go order one. So oh, I also want to say thank you to Alan Anchor, Raphael gave me a bunch of. I got a whole big package from him today of stickers and patches and stuff. So I got a whole bunch of stuff from another Patreon of mine. Well, not Patreon, another subscriber of mine. So okay, the links in the chat there. You need to go there and take care of your business with that. So all right, I'm going to call it a day or an afternoon. I will be back next Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, the only time zone that matters. Also, I will be here Wednesday night at 7 p.m. shooting with disabilities. If anybody's got any questions they want or anything like that, email me them. Or if you got any topics you want us to discuss either on Wednesdays or Saturdays, email me. If I can put them on my list. If you know, just or also if you've got any trivia questions that I can use for my quiz, that'd be helpful too. I'm begging now. All right. Oh. Cut of the week. I was thinking about this, and I don't think it's cheap anymore. But what is really good is they call it flat meat. But actually what it is, it's part of the skirt steak. You take that, marinate it. You got to marinate it. You know, marinate it for at least a couple hours. Overnight is better. But it comes in a big piece. It could be about 12 inches long. And it can vary in thing. It could be 8 to 10 inches wide. What I normally do is I take the whole piece and stick it in a bag with my big Ziploc bag, the biggest you can find, you know, and I pour my marinade in there and my spices, close the Ziploc, mix it all up, and let it sit in that overnight. Then it's messy, so you might want to get some of those throwaway gloves. Is take it out of the bag. You know, you can damp it down, get a lot of the juice off of it. Then roll it up. Then cut it into round, like looking medallions, about an inch and a half thick. And if you want to keep them together, stick a toothpick through it to hold it round. And then when you throw them on the barbecue, you can just cook it like a regular steak, you know, flipping it over. Or you can just flip it, or you can leave it loose, open, and flip it on the grill that way. You can even do it in a frying pan if you wanted. But that steak will absolutely, it will make your tongue bat your brains out. So, just wanted to throw that out there. And not a word from Midnight Range, talking about food and cooking. And he's nowhere to be found. You know, he must be flipping burgers over there at the Waffle House. So, all right.
It's not just me that says that.
Do what?
It's not just me who says that.
I mean, personally, myself, I mean, when I say in a frying pan, the best way, if you're going to fry steak in a frying pan, you want to get it hot, extremely hot, right? A good way to help you there, let's back up. When I say frying pan, you want to use a cast iron frying pan, because it holds the heat better, right? Best way to help getting it hot is stick it in the oven for 20 minutes at 450 degrees. Pull it out, turn your heat up on top of the stove there, pour your oil in there, and I'll get it really hot. And so when you throw the steak on, it sizzles. You know? So that's how I would fry a steak. It's in a cast iron pan. But I would rather use a grill outside to do it. Or if you can't do it because you're under 6 foot of snow, use your broiler. That's another good way of doing it. So, you know, I prefer to grill. I love grilling steaks. You know, so I just wanted to mention that. So there you go. That's the cut of the week. Flat meat, skirt steak, whatever your meat guy calls it. You know, it used to be cheap, but since it becomes so popular, it's getting more pricey. You know, but if you got an area that doesn't know what it is, you can find it real cheap. You know, so now you're making me think. I got to start thinking of things. I got to think of the quiz question of the week. Now I got to think of the cut of the week. Jesus Christ, you guys are giving me a lot to do. All right, I'm out of here. I will say good afternoon, people. See you next Saturday. And I will be back on Wednesday with Shooting with Disabilities. So, good night, everybody.
Have a good weekend.
Shall not be infringed.